The morning of July 18, 2025 began quietly in Anchorage. The Chugach Mountains glowed in the early sun as the city stirred to life. At Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport, the day's routines were already in motion. The airport bustled with travelers, ground crews, and the hum of jet engines. Among the many flights was Alaska Airlines Flight 441, a Boeing 737 bound for Seattle. Captain Eva Rostova and her crew prepared the plane with practiced efficiency. Passengers boarded, families on vacation, business travelers, and couples visiting loved ones. The cabin filled with the usual mix of anticipation and routine. Flight attendants checked safety cards and offered warm smiles. For everyone, it was just another ordinary day. The passengers settled in, trusting the crew and the systems that kept them safe. The final boarding call echoed, and the cabin doors closed. No one suspected that this day would be any different. The plane sat ready, engines quiet, awaiting clearance. Outside, the airport moved with the steady rhythm of summer travel. Inside Flight 441, a collection of strangers prepared for a journey they would never forget. The stage was set for a day that would test everyone aboard. Deep in the airport security center, a routine morning took a sudden turn. A security officer spotted an anonymous message, a bomb threat targeting Flight 441. Training kicked in. He alerted his superiors without hesitation. The information raced up the chain of command. Within minutes, a crisis team assembled, airport security, FBI, and local police. Calm but urgent, they knew every decision mattered. The threat was treated as real. The clock was ticking. Captain Rostova was discreetly told to hold the plane at the gate. Passengers remained unaware, the airport's outward calm undisturbed. Behind the scenes, officials analyzed the message and coordinated with national agencies. The command center became the nerve hub, focused on a single aircraft. Security teams debated hoax or real danger. The public saw only routine. The crisis was invisible. Other flights continued, announcements echoed, but for the team, everything narrowed to Flight 441. The first phase of the emergency was underway. Every action was measured, every second counted. The fate of the flight and everyone on board hung in the balance. The airport's hidden shield was now fully engaged. The world outside remained blissfully unaware. The crisis had begun. Outwardly, the airport stayed calm, but a quiet transformation began. Captain Rostova was instructed to taxi Flight 441 to a remote stand, away from the terminal. Passengers were told it was a minor delay. Most didn't notice the change. Security vehicles quietly blocked access to the isolated area. No sirens, no panic, just a silent, expanding perimeter. Inside, key staff operated with heightened awareness, maintaining normalcy for travelers. The command center coordinated every move, maps and plans glowing on screens. FBI, TSA, and local police worked side by side, each with a clear role. Communication was constant, precise, and direct. The airport's dual reality emerged. Routine for most, crisis for a few. Flights continued, the terminal buzzed, but the far side of the airfield was locked down. The decision to keep the main terminal open avoided chaos. The operation was a delicate balance of secrecy and safety. The airport became two worlds, one of everyday travel, one of urgent hidden action. The transformation was nearly invisible, by design. The stakes could not have been higher. On board Flight 441, confusion replaced routine as the delay stretched on. Captain Rostova's calm announcements reassured passengers, but tension grew. Flight attendants moved through the cabin, offering water and snacks, masking their own concern. Passengers read, chatted, and waited, but unease crept in. The view outside was empty tarmac, no ground crew, no activity. Some noticed official vehicles in the distance, fueling quiet speculation. Whispers spread, phones were checked, but news was scarce. The lack of information was unsettling. The crew, aware of the real threat, maintained composure, shielding passengers from panic. In the cockpit, Rostova and her first officer relayed updates from the command center. Their responsibility was immense: keep order, maintain trust, and wait for the next move. The suspense was palpable, a silent weight pressing on everyone. The minutes dragged, anxiety mounting. The truth was known only to a few. The cabin became a world suspended in uncertainty. Everyone waited for answers. The next instruction would change everything. The order came: evacuate immediately. Captain Rostova's voice, now urgent, instructed everyone to leave belongings and follow crew directions. The seriousness of the situation became clear. Flight attendants acted swiftly, guiding passengers to the exits. Mobile stairs waited outside. The evacuation was calm, but tense. Parents clutched children, strangers helped each other. On the tarmac, the cold air and police presence drove home the reality. Passengers boarded waiting buses, glancing back at the empty plane. Relief and anxiety mingled as they left the aircraft behind. The bomb squad moved in, methodically searching every inch of the plane. The perimeter was sealed, the operation at its most dangerous phase. Passengers waited in a secure lounge, uncertain and shaken. The crew stayed with them, offering reassurance. The search was painstaking, every detail checked. The fate of Flight 441, and the truth of the threat, remained unknown. For now, safety was all that mattered. The ordeal was not yet over. The airport held its breath. The passengers waited for answers. The world watched, unaware of the drama unfolding in Anchorage. In the secure lounge, 147 passengers became a community. Shock faded, replaced by a need for comfort and connection. Airport staff and Red Cross volunteers offered blankets, food, and phone chargers. Small acts of kindness brought warmth to a tense room. Some sat in silence, others shared stories or comforted children. Airline representatives provided updates, though information was scarce. The uncertainty was the hardest part. People began to look after one another, sharing phones, laughter, and support. The crew stayed with their passengers, now part of this temporary family. Anchorage responded. Hotels offered rooms, restaurants sent food. The crisis revealed the best in people. Fear was met with compassion and unity. The bomb threat had aimed to divide, but it forged new bonds. In crisis, strangers became allies. After hours of tension, the all-clear finally came. An FBI agent announced no bomb was found. The threat was a hoax. Relief swept the room, tears, hugs, and quiet gratitude. The ordeal was over, but its impact lingered. Passengers were reunited with their belongings and rebooked on new flights. They left Anchorage changed, carrying memories of fear and kindness. They had witnessed the invisible system that keeps travelers safe. Security was more than metal detectors, it was people working together. The day became a lesson in resilience and teamwork. The seamless response of agencies and airline staff was a testament to preparation. Not a single person was harmed. The invisible shield of safety had held strong. The story of Flight 441 was not about fear, but about the strength of the response. Ordinary people had acted with extraordinary grace. In crisis, the true security of our society was revealed. Unity, professionalism, and the instinct to help one another.